Okay, on election morning, you're gonna walk in, you're gonna see this machine. This is your scanner, DS200. First thing we wanna do is we want to go to the back of it and look in your pouch. You will have a pouch that contains all your supplies, and get your keys. You'll have two keys. One is a flat key, the other is a barrel key. Okay, on the flat key, you're gonna open the back of this door, just drop it down, pull your key back out, and there's your power cord. What you wanna do is, first thing is find you a good spot to plug this in, and let's get it plugged in, get it secured, and then we'll go from there. Now, once you do that, and come to the front, well, let's lock. It's got two locking wheels here. So we'll just lock those down so it's not gonna roll. You don't want someone to come up here up against that and start rolling across the room on you. Okay? Then the next thing you want to do is you want to open this door here and check this blue bin. This is where all the ballots are going to drop in. So you want to make sure these doors are up. Okay, right now these are down where we moved them. So just flip these up, make sure they're in place, lock it back. That way all the ballots will drop right down in that bin. Okay, next step, you'll have a seal on this. You're going to cut this seal. And when you cut the seal, you're going to put it in a baggie that Chris will have. And you bring this back to the clerk's office. Okay, with your flat key, we're going to unlock this, and then you got two latches. You're going to flip these down and then just raise the cover up, and here's your scanner. Okay, so then that takes us into using the barrel key, and on the barrel key it goes right here in front. Open it up. That unlocks your screen, and all you gotta do now is just raise the screen up. It has a switch that it'll automatically trip, and it'll start powering up. Just give it a little time. It's just like your laptop. It's gonna boot up and load your ballot, so it'll be ready for that. Takes about 3 or 4 minutes. It's going to go through a cycle here. It'll be telling you, all you got to do is watch the screen and answer any questions that's on the screen. Now this is a touch screen, so any questions, you'll just tap that screen. Okay, this screen's coming up and it's telling us that it's loading the election, and please wait. And while it's doing that, we can look and see that the public count says 0. Public count is the number of people that's voted. Very important. You want to look at that. Make sure it is 0. If it isn't, make a phone call, let us know, call the clerk's office. Right now it's printing out a configuration report. Again, all you gotta do is watch this screen and it'll tell you exactly what it's doing. Now we can go ahead and let this print out, or we can cancel this by just pressing the cancel button here. Either way. This is not something that you gotta save though. This is not something that needs to come back to the office. This is something that we use for maintenance on the machines. Okay, so you can let it print. It's not that long of a report, or you can just cancel it, and it'll move on then to your next screen. Now, this screen is showing you the election. It's a 2022 primary election, Floyd County, and the precinct. Very important. Look and see what precinct it is, because if this is Abbott Creek and this says Melvin, then we're out of sync here. We got to get this corrected. So make a phone call. It's got to be the correct precinct. Okay. Now, looking at the screen here, you'll see it does say that it's what precinct it is and primary election, and then it says open poll, and this is your next thing that you're going to be done is pressing open poll. And when you do that, this report you do want to keep. This is a zero tape report. This is a report that everyone has to sign this. You want to look at it, make sure it's a zero on all your candidates, and then sign it. Okay. After you sign it, it goes into this little baggie and comes back to the clerk's office after the polls are closed. Okay, it's finished. You tear this off. There will be a place for you to sign it. The judges, clerk, the sheriff, all have to sign this. And just roll it up, put it in the baggie, and comes back to the courthouse. Okay? Get this to the side. Now, looking at this screen, it tells us the poll is open and the voting device is now ready for voting. All we need to do is go to voting mode. And now it's waiting for a ballot to be inserted and scanned. Okay? Let me get a couple of ballots and I'll scan these real quick. Okay, now I've got 2 ballots here. First of all, when these come out of the express vote, you want to make sure that the voter, you're not standing here right beside the machine. You want to stand to the back of it or to the side here so that you're not going to be looking, or they're not going to be accusing you that you're looking at the ballot. So you bring the ballot up, the voter does, and they will just insert it right here, and it will pull the ballot through, and if everything is correct, you're going to see the flag come up and it says you voted, and the count then increases by 1. Now, very important that you do not let that voter leave until it says that they have voted, because you do not want a situation where that if they come up here and insert the ballot incorrectly and walk away, and they're already gone, you have a situation where the ballot needs to be pulled back out, and that should be for the voter to do, not you. So keep them right here in case they insert this incorrectly. It only goes in this slot here, but you can insert it either way. It can be backwards like this, it can be up like this. It's better if the voter flips it over, that way then it's a little bit secure for them, rather than holding it up like this and sliding it in and scanning it. But it will scan either way. Okay, now we voted. It's 6 o'clock. We're ready to close the poll. Okay, so the next thing we'll do is we'll get our key, and this is a barrel key that we'll use right here in front of the screen is a lock, and the barrel key fits in it. What we will do is we will raise this little door. We'll unlock this and raise this little door. Inside here is 2 buttons. One is a power, and the other one says close poll. And that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to press the close poll button. And when we do that, it pops up with the screen and it asks, do we want to close the poll? It also gives us an option not to close, because it could be an accident that we actually, we just accidentally hit the close poll. So we do want to close it, so we'll tap this close poll. It'll say closing, do not remove election media, and inside this is your USB stick. We don't want to touch that at all. Be really careful and make sure that you do not remove this until all lights are off. The power light is completely off. Now what it's doing right now is printing your tally sheets. It's going to print those out. And you will need to sign these. They will be 5 of them. You'll need to sign all 5, and one you'll tear off and put it on the outside of the door. Okay, the other 4, what you're going to do is you're going to roll these up, put them in the baggie, and bring them back to the office. Okay, now you tear it off, and then the last thing you want to do is right here where it says finish, turn off. So you press this, roll this up, sign it, send it back to the office. Okay? Wait until it completely powers down, and then we'll go through the final steps here. Okay, I'm looking right here, and I do not see any lights. Power light is off, screen is black. So now I can remove the stick, the USB drive, just pull it straight up. This is it. This will have your precinct label on it. You will take this pouch, open it up. You will insert it into this pouch, close it back, and put a tie on this, okay, a seal, and bring it back to the office. This is very important. This is your data. We got to have this. This is all your votes. They've got to come back to the office as soon as you can get them back to. Now, next step, let's close this door, lock it back up. We're going to close the screen. We're going to lock it. We're going We'll close this down. We're just reversing what we did earlier. We're going to lock this. We're going to put a tie in here, or a seal. Call it a tie, but it's a seal. We're going to insert it in here, okay, and seal it. And then we will unlock this door and close these doors here, these lids, and pull this out. Okay, check back in here, make sure there's not any ballots that missed the box. What you want to do is just close this up, lock it, and bring this back to the courthouse with all your other supplies. Okay, now if it's a little heavy for some of you, you can raise this up and it'll roll for you. Okay, lock this door. Let's go to the back of the machine. You may have to unlock the wheels. I'll do that to show you. And we want to unplug this cable, your power cable, unplug it, roll this up. You don't have to be real neat or anything, just enough to roll it up so that you can get it back in here. Close this door, lock it up, and we're finished. This stays at the precinct. You do not bring this back with you, okay? And your night's finished. Just bring all the other supplies back with you and get them back to the courthouse as soon as possible.